It's about time. This YouTube channel has been a long time coming. And what a better time to start than now. Essentially, creating this channel will give you a little peek into my life and help me document my journey as I continue to develop my skills in order to accomplish the goal. Now, when I originally went to start this channel, I was going to take you through the trials and tribulations of being homeless or living out of a vehicle in good old downtown Reno. I ended up just getting caught up with work, and I actually found a place to live after a couple weeks, and so I just didn't really have time to get too much footage of that process, but I will be clipping in a little bit here and there some things from that era. Give you a rundown. I had started off at a nightclub called Lex. It was lighting, pretty big nightclub here in Reno, and I ended up moving on to another job at a bigger casino conglomerate, handling some multiple venues as far as lighting and sound was concerned. Ended up moving into a place that didn't necessarily suit me the best as far as an enabling environment for me to develop a pretty gnarly nitrous addiction for a few months. I'm not proud to say it, but I have been on the path of recovery from drug and alcohol addiction for a long time, and only up until recently have I actually been able to finally put down pretty much everything. I don't even smoke cigarettes anymore at this point. I started smoking and drinking when I was 12 years old. I'm almost 32. That's 20 years of hard living. And thanks to an amazing partner that has chosen to spend her time with me and help me on this journey. Her sobriety. It's just given me the strength to finally put the things down that are essentially cutting my life short. Because we got some things to do, tell you what. But yeah, so at this point, trying to stay away from everything. Not smoking any cigarettes or any tobacco. And definitely not drinking any alcohol. Powders are down. Essentially, it's the last little stint that I had, trying to rip in the nitrous. Once again, not proud to say it, but this is the rawness of the life. As someone who has gone through some traumatic life stuff, family-wise, and falling into the battles of the legal system early, and just kind of put in positions of struggle. And it ends up being an easy way out. Easy way out to just hide in the realms of consumption. But I've done that because I got some things to do. We got some systems to create. We got some systems that are out there that have been created that need some revamping. Because the way that we're going on our current trajectory as far as a planet is it's not beneficial for life on the planet. So I will take you through this journey. And it's kind of a way to keep myself accountable as well, as far as staying on top of documenting. I've done a poor job throughout my life of documenting things. Shoot, if I had documented properly, it'd be quite the move, I'll tell you what. But at least now, at this point in life, and being coherent and understanding a little more of my vision, now is a better time to start, right? Because better to start late than never. So essentially, I'm just going to be taking you through the process. My goal for this channel is to create 3 pillars, 3 avenues: health, wealth, and those are 3 things that I believe are essential to being able to achieve things and stay happy in life, at least from my perspective. So this is kind of a look through my perspective and how I view a proper way to live and have fun and work on building your wealth infrastructure. And I've done a poor job of that up until now, so you guys are going to be on that beginning journey with me as well about investing properly and taking care of my budgeting and finances properly. If you've been out there and you've gone through addiction, you probably know that budgeting is not necessarily on the mind in the right ways, and if you got it, you spend it, right? So at this point, I'm starting to realize, that I have an opportunity to take some capital that I've built up and make an investment and use that to kind of further myself as far as a living situation. I went from living in my truck those first couple weeks to then living at my friend's house for several months. Ended up making a bad decision and spending a lot of the money that I made at a really good paying job on the nitrous. So I'm not one to say that you do whatever you want. Just take it from me. It's costly, it fucks up your health, and it ends up putting you in a position that you become dependent on just that feeling and that sensation. It'll lead to some pretty negative things. So my goal here is to just kind of show you what it's like on the way out of a system of drug and alcohol addiction and poor spending over a 20-year period, and kind of just show you how it's like from rebuilding from square zero pretty much at this point. Technically square one. My partner definitely allowed me to get myself in a position, health-wise and financially and through sobriety, to finally take on some journeys. And so you guys are going to see over the following weeks, I'll start working on the health, wealth, and music pillars individually, but as far as my main posting that's going to happen, you're just going to go on a journey with me through investing in a 50-year-old GMC Coachman. There's an opportunity near me where I've been looking at these coaches as I drive by for months, now, and it just so happened that I saw a post recently that they're up for sale. And so this has been a thing for me where I've been tired of paying rent. I'm sure all you guys out there understand the struggle. Paying rent sucks, and so I've been asking Mother Gaia for an opportunity to get into a situation where I have a living quarters and it's something that I own. And lo and behold, these coaches go up for sale, and so now it's time to make the move. I've got some capital built up that I'm going to be investing in the initial coach. So I'm going to take you guys on that journey of taking a 50-year-old coach that's been through it a little bit and restoring it essentially to a living situation that I can use to book some shows further out in the area and do a little bit of get some touring under my belt. As far as the health side, I've got some strategic stretching protocols that really help with sciatic nerve pain and lower back damage. I've been through the ringer as far as having some gnarly back damage from hopping into snowboarding without knowing what I was doing, essentially, and kind of putting myself in a position of taking on some injuries that were pretty heavy and not having the funds to go to the hospital. So I ended up trying to figure out how to get rid of this pain, this crippling pain myself, and with the help of some people that I met in Tahoe at a nice gym called Gym Love. They gave me a stretching protocol that has essentially taken away my back pain and put my spine on a trajectory to heal properly. And so I'm going to be utilizing that to teach you guys a little bit of some small steps that you can take in order to alleviate that sciatic nerve pain. I also been working on a very high strength pain salve, a cannabis pain salve, not just CBD. Obviously, it's got some THC in it, so it's going to have some restrictions on who exactly can use it. As far as, you know, I don't want anybody to get drug tested for weed using this stuff. It's definitely high in THC, but it works, I'll tell you what. So I'm going to find an avenue in order to get that to the people, because I've seen it first. I've seen it used firsthand, and I've seen it actually do a really good job with people that have chronic pain, as far as giving them some relief. And then obviously the next step is physical therapy becomes the healing stage. This is not just pills to take and the true healing process. So that's going to be the health route. As far as the wealth route, I've been in the crypto sector for a while. I've been in the trading and investing sector for a little bit, but I took the route of learning how to build and kind of create projects, crypto projects. And so I have one that I'm going to be giving you a rundown of how I created it, how it's kind of given me more of a step towards financial freedom, not just from profiting off of the project itself, but being able to create connections that have led to profitable endeavors. And just kind of show you guys a little bit of what it's like with somebody who had zero experience, zero coding experience, nothing, creating my own project that, you know, thousands of people ended up investing in. We're in the stage of, you know, recovery from the initial sell-off, which happens when you launch any type of project or business or stuff like this into a public stock scenario. So that's going to be the wealth journey. And as far as the music, I had a bunch of music released, but I went ahead and tried to master it all myself without true understanding of the mix down and mastering process, and it ended up just not comparing to the stuff that was out there, in my opinion. So I pulled it all down, and now I'm on the journey of going back through, properly mixing and mastering it and releasing it again. So that's going to be the music side of this channel, and I hope to create 3 avenues where people can come in and see from somebody who has pretty much zero experience in a lot of these realms, other than just being self-taught and essentially no backing. We'll get into that at some point later. But yeah, you know, as far as family stuff goes, been through some unfortunate events that put me in a situation of trying to do a lot of this on my own. Shouts out to the Madre that comes in clutch. But that's, you know, that's been a more recent development. So yeah, essentially I was taking you guys through, you know, how to get out of injury as far as your lower back and sciatica is concerned, how to invest in the crypto sector, whether you want to start building stuff yourself or you just want to learn how to trade and get the proper knowledge in order to trade and create some, you know, passive income as far as setting up certain trading bots, utilizing certain protocols in order to get yourself into some good investments. And I'm going to be kind of highlighting, you know, a lot of the scams that are going on out there and kind of showing you guys from the inside what it takes to avoid these type of people, because it is like a plague out there right now. And then on the music side, I'm just going to, you know, take you guys on a journey through rebuilding my catalog, getting my discography built back up. I have quite a bit that I need to release from just old production, and now I've been working on some new stuff, and so it's time to get the catalog out there in order to move on to the new. And then all while that's being done, I'm just going to start, you know, recording daily, getting some clips throughout the day of kind of my life as, you know, a general posting schedule in order to start building up the channel. And yeah, that begins now. So welcome. My partner has graciously allowed me to be able to enjoy her awesome cabin that she's got out here in the woods in Northern California, in order to kind of build my funds back up and have a safe place to just kind of, you know, take on this journey of recovery the right way. And I'm definitely eternally grateful. And there's nothing like having somebody that loves you and believes in you, and, you know, don't let that stuff go if you get it. So essentially, do a little sleep in right here with the this cute Kiki over here. Yeah, let's see if I can release from the auto capture. Okay. So here's the cute Kikis. She's sleeping right now, so I'm just gonna let her do her thing and sleep. But essentially, you know, wake up, take a nice shower, put a nice sucker over there. You know, I usually come in. If she hasn't already started, then I will go ahead and get that water boiling. Okay, so once that water's nice and boiling, obviously, I've switched off caffeine. I'm trying to go nothing, no substances. Essentially, obviously, you know, you put chemicals in your body, through food and other stuff. But as far as mind-altering substances, I'm trying to stay on the zero. Which is, I'll tell you what, after 20 years of being under the influence of some alcohol or something, it is not easy. But it's worth it, because every day that you go without, it just builds up, and it's something to be, you know, to be proud of, to be able to just take on the responsibility for your actions and your health, and make, you know, the right decision. So once that's done, or they get that started, that's enough. So I've switched to, instead of coffee, I've switched to some cacao. I don't know if you guys have seen those clips and stuff all over the socials, but apparently cacao, when used properly, gets stem cells being released from the bone marrow back into your body. And after a hard life of living without any type of filter or restriction and just consuming whatever, I feel like I've probably got to do a couple years at least straight of some daily cacao in order to get my heart and cardiovascular system back to where it's at. It's not that bad, obviously, but I do feel a little, I don't know about you guys out there who've been drinking for fucking 20 years, but I feel a little pain every now and then, and you know, based on my family history, it's not exactly a good thing. So I don't really trust doctors, and I'll get to that point eventually, you know, if I start getting some money from the music, going and getting checked out, but I don't trust them. So, you know, until then, I'm just going to do what I know is right, which is eat good food, eat a lot of fruit, exercise daily, stretching is, you know, definitely probably number one in my book, because it allows you to get proper exercise. But stretching, and then just staying hydrated, and hydrated, you know, substances like water and coconut water and stuff is actually beneficial to your body. That, you know, maybe a little, come over to the sink. Here, let's go. Let's release that. Shout out to DJI. These things are sick. The Osmo gimbal, definitely one of the coolest investments I've ever done. But, you know, take you over here, let you get a little clip of some music. Because why not? Remember, this is my first time getting this like video system down, so if it's not the best right off the bat, sorry, we'll get there. I used to be one of those people that, you know, was like, oh, I'm gonna fucking hot wash and then rinse all this shit. That's some fucking new shit right there. Essentially, we're just gonna blast through this top off the sink. As you can see, the water pressure is not the best, but hey, that's what you get for being able to enjoy this type of nature. I'll show you guys outside in a second as I go to record the initial part of the video. I'm going to take you guys on a little walk outside, because, you know, it's good to get the blood flowing, good to get some ground under you, and, you know, you guys should see this Northern California living. Yeah. sink and then, ooh, it's cold hands time, baby. Just gonna hyper speed this up. She's done by hand. Real man. Real woman. Remember, always cold wash your sponge. You ever get in a situation where your fucking sponge and sink area smelling like just rank mildew stuff? It's because your sponge ain't getting rinsed cold, baby. Cold rinse that sponge. Alright. Insert John Travolta music. Okay, now that I got those dishes out of the way, you know, that's essentially every morning. You just kind of get in there, make sure shit's nice and clean. Sometimes you get up, get yourself a weird little snack at night. You know, what can you do? There's gonna be some dishes out there. Alright, so now essentially I've come back, you know, get myself dressed and ready to go out and you know, show you guys the outside of the cabin a little bit, show you guys some stuff, so, you know. Alright, time to go on a little journey. Oh, hello. There we go. Looks like the mic is ready. Maybe a little loud, but we can always adjust that later. So we'll go ahead and put this sucker on. Looks like we got mic going. You're gonna hear me put a little sweater action on. It'll be a little chilly out there. Alright, now we got some good mic action, you know, with having to be right up on the phone. Put my protection on every day. We got the armor. Make sure the armor is impenetrable by the evil forces. We got the creed. Make sure you can stick to the creed in order to accomplish the goals and help make life a better place for everybody. And then I've got snakes in order to shed the ideas and thoughts from others that do not benefit my highest self and my progression. Now I'll take you over. Let me grab some socks real quick. I've been living out of a suitcase, you know, so eventually you will see this motorhome that I'm gonna buy, and then it's on to mobile living. Yeah, let's come over here for now. Get the shot of throwing the boots on, moccasins off, boots on, and away we go. Yep, got them sick boots from 511. Already know we stay tactical around here. Staying tactical, baby. Always ready, just in case. Just in case craziness happens. You know how it goes. You know how life is. There's always some craziness right around the corner. That's why you stay prepared. All right. here. Set this down and put on the signature. Once you guys get to know me, you'll come to learn that this hat is the hat that makes the man. Tell you what, this is one of the best purchases I ever made. I seeing people with hats like this. It's the real deal. This was done by a man that is no longer on this plane. God rest his soul. Chad, you'll always be remembered. Anyway, let's get to walking. Actually, first, I'm gonna go ahead and grab my keys because I'm gonna need to grab tripod and light out of my vehicle. Make sure I don't already have that. Yep. All right, let's begin. So this is the cabin. You guys can see. I'll do a little flip around for you. And I'll do a little walk around the forest. There's another cabin over here. There's another cabin over here. Woo! Bushwhacking out here in this mall. Got old Bessie. Old Bessie's seen some better days, but we're gonna get her front end nice and fixed up. And yeah, this is the cabin out in the Sierras. If you guys don't already know, I've been out in Northern California, Northern Nevada area for the past few years after leaving my home state of Texas and going to Colorado. Enjoying some first experiences doing some snow sports, and then getting to building a light rig of my own and starting to do side stages. And now it's time to start the vlog and document just kind of what what's been going on in my life. So I have it for my record. If anybody wants to follow the journey, they can. And yeah, we're going to we're just gonna see where it takes us. I've got some oh shit, forgot to grab the tripod. It's always something these days. But yeah, here I'll give you a little journey now then on the way back to that front facing.
Oh, we got mic action. So it looks like I just got to reset the mic each time I switch from front to rear facing. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So now that we're back out here in the wilderness, I'll give you guys a little view of the trek going back this way. But yeah, just kind of on the journey of recovery and, you know, trying to get the music career back moving forward. Wasn't happy with the mastering job I did. I just kind of rushed it because, you know, sometimes you just want to get your stuff out there, and I realized that even if it's music that isn't exactly up to the quality that I'd like, I can at least make sure that I do the mix down and mastering properly so that it sounds up to par with most of the other stuff that's out there. But yeah, so now just starting the vlog. My amazing partner has let me stay with her at her awesome cabin, and you know, this is we got some wood back there, we got some forestry, and then I'll show you kind of what's coming up as we take a little journey. Okay, now that we're out here, we got a little bit of some good sunlight, and we got some nature, some greenery. You got my, my faithful tree right here. You're gonna see this tree a lot. Maybe not. I don't know if I'll come back to the spot, but yeah. Essentially, my name is Rob. I go by Alchemythic as far as the music production is concerned. My goal on this planet is to help regenerate the planet. When it comes down to it, there's been a lot of unethical business practices utilized over the past centuries that have caused some pretty heavy damage on the planet. Obviously, you know, the planet's not gonna just get destroyed by just a few shitty humans, but it does make it, you know, there has been some systems set forth that are not sustainable. And so my goal is to create some sustainable systems. I've got some write-ups, I've got some ideas laid out, and essentially, you know, I'm gonna utilize music in order to get the message out there. But I'm originally from Texas. I was born in Texas, lived there 23 years until I took the trip out to Vail, Colorado. Went out to Vail, Colorado to really experience what it's like as far as the snow environment. You know, where I grew up in Texas, I had seen snow maybe once. We got about 5 inches or so, or something like that. So at the end of the day, you know, I really hadn't gotten to experience anything like that yet. So I said, why not? You know, I had a buddy that lived out there, and said, why not go out and, you know, see what it's like living the snow life. Ended up getting a super good job at a sushi restaurant, and just ski bummed it. Was just snowboarding and working in the restaurant, essentially just kind of living life. And at that point, I was going through some heavy alcohol usage, and it ended up, you know, putting me in a position where I had to take a step away from the job. And once I had to take a step away from the job and kind of recollect myself. And at that point, I had bought some lights and a truss and started doing lighting at for one of the venues that I was actually working at. One of the restaurants had some good ballrooms, so I started doing lighting with those guys, and then headed down to Texas and did a little bit of work for one of my friends who was at that point, running sound and doing some sound work. So I hopped on board and got a few gigs under the belt, and then me and a good friend of mine named Lane, which you'll meet later on in this excursion, he decided like, hey, let's go out and see the grandparents, see his grandparents, and kind of help them out, a little remodel work, and check out LA actually. So we were headed to LA, and then we ended up stopping in Reno area. Well, we stopped in South Lake originally, and then went down and did some remodel work in Genoa, which is right outside of Reno. So ended up COVID hit, had some gigs lined up, and they ended up not happening. I had spent all my money on advertising. Here I am, square zero pretty much, living out of a office space that my friend Lane's grandparents let us kind of figure out life. They let us sit there for a little bit with no rent so we could kind of catch back up. And I'll show you some clips of the office space. It was pretty crazy having to live in this area. Had to shower out of a mop sink for a few months. Wasn't able to get, since due to traveling, wasn't able to get the assistance for being unemployed because of COVID, and essentially had to figure it out. And so while we were sitting there, I learned, doubled down on music production. I've been DJing for a few years now, so I doubled down on music production, started streaming a little bit, and essentially kind of found my way into the crypto realm. Ended up working for a project that hit a few million and was about to change my life. It was going to take like $1,200. I think it was about $70K at the time when we were at our peak. And a couple people in the marketing department sold off a huge chunk. I hadn't realized that this is how it worked yet. I was just gung-ho on community building, marketing structure setup. So I was doing a lot of Google Analytics and Facebook, using the Facebook AI to create targeted ad systems and targeted demographics. And so, boom, went to zero almost overnight. And luckily I was able to get out of that situation before it went all the way to zero. So I took the money that I had and ended up gambling it away like an idiot. It was my first time being out in a gambling setting with casinos, and you know how it goes. I won a little bit here and there, got confident, and started to get into a bad habit of just gambling this money away. And so I gambled away my opportunity to kind of come back, and ended up having to work again. And so I found a music venue in Reno called the Bluebird at the time that allowed me to essentially come in and host my first event in Reno. Had a solid turnout, and the event was super fun. So I asked them, hey, can I get on more than just a couple events here, and can I work in the venue and kind of help out? And they let me hop on board. So I ended up moving up to kind of like managing the bar, doing a lot of the sound work, a lot of the lighting work, and we ended up, coming back into profitability. And then we just had some falling out, and I was put in a position where, once again, due to still having a heavy alcohol addiction, kind of, just getting myself in a situation where I had to step away from that. And yeah, so essentially I was back in a position of needing to find work. I had actually been living in the venue, so I needed to find a place to live, and luckily one of my friends had picked up a spot, said I've got an extra room, So I was able to hop into that, and that's where I found myself into a position at a venue called Lex. I'll show you some clips here in a second for kind of what we did at that venue, but I was essentially running a light rig on a Grand MA system, and went from there to another gig doing lighting and being an AV supervisor at a place called The Row. Had a few casinos connected and had essentially kind of like a conglomerate of music, nightclubs and music venues. And so from there, I ended up moving in with another friend, where I had just a bad situation of having a lot of money, not having conquered my addictions yet. I was really trying to work on quitting alcohol, but I ended up finding myself getting addicted to nitrous pretty heavily. And, you know, I spent a lot of good money that I was making at this job that I could have used to, you know, get myself back into a situation of working for myself again, on just being addicted to the substance. So, you know, it may seem fun and it's got its time and place, but, you know, when it comes down to it, it's terrible for your health at the end of the day, and it's expensive. So, you know, I know what it's like to be in that situation, and now I'm in a position where I've been on the sober route, finally being able to sustain it. I quit smoking nicotine, which I've been smoking, you know, like I said earlier, been smoking since I was 12 years old, so I'm going on almost 32. That's 20 years almost of heavy cigarette usage. I mean, from multiple packs a day to a pack a day, and then, you know, finally down to, got into vaping, and then just started vaping heavily here and there. You know, I've done a lot of crazy shit in my life, and, you know, getting to a position of being, you know, addicted to the vapes every day, finally being able to put that down, and just put down nicotine in general. And now I'm on, you know, the path of pretty much having everything at bay at this moment. And yeah, on the journey of recovery in order to get myself and my mindset back into a proper mindset of releasing music, creating music. And the next stage, as far as my living situation, is I'm going to buy one of these GMC coaches. I got a good opportunity for one of these coaches that came up in this lot. This guy's selling off a bunch of these, and it's an opportunity to invest some of the capital that I saved up from being able to stay away from substances, and buy, you know, something that's going to be able to be converted or remodeled essentially, and then utilized for doing a small tour, West Coast tour, and then eventually being able to book bigger gigs and save on the travel expenses, and as well be able to book more consistent gigs in an area and not have to worry about, you know, the hotel fees and stuff like that. So I feel like that's kind of one of the essential parts of growing yourself and your brand, is being able to travel and play outside of your home area. And so that's the next step. So yeah, appreciate you guys kind of getting this intro down with me. This is my first step into vlogging. I just wanted to give a little bit of a backstory, and now I'm pretty much just going to take you guys on the journey of what I do in my daily life, and you know, essentially going from working a job for a business and then getting back to starting my own business back up. I'm going to kind of show you guys what I do as far as lighting design and programming work. I've got a gig lined up for this start of this coming week that will kind of show you essentially what I do. And from there, you know, I'll see if I can get some gigs booked. And at that point, you know, I will have got one of these coaches over the next couple weeks, and we'll start doing the remodel work on it. So I'll take you guys on the journey of remodeling a 50-year-old GMC coach, pretty much motorhome, and then you guys will see the journey from the ground up. Right now I'm at square zero, almost square one. Essentially this first gig back in the industry working for myself will be the first time in a couple years that I've been back into my own, being my own boss again. So you guys will see from zero to building a production and lighting company, to utilizing that process to continue to grow the music brand, and then from there start getting some outside the area events booked to play my own music that I'm creating out, and then we'll see where we'll go from there. So thank you for taking the time to watch this. If you got this far, fucking absolutely appreciate it. It's gonna get more fun, that's for sure. It's gonna get more, the editing will get better. Once we start getting back into playing gigs, you'll get to see a lot of that live action, behind the scenes stuff of, what it takes to be an independent musician and kind of build yourself up from zero. I'm gonna have the help of some awesome friends as far as the production company, and then my wonderful partner. She is just a genius when it comes down to event creation, planning, coordination, everything, and she's definitely gonna assist me along the journey. So you'll get to meet her here in a little bit when she gets back home, and then I'll kind of wrap up the day, and then get to editing and start fresh tomorrow. Get some clips of getting into the venue, doing a little bit of the install, programming, stuff like that, and we'll just keep the vlog going. So thank you for being a part of this journey.
I've got the gimbal with me, but we're getting snippets. Goodbye. Hiking in the woods. Oh, spikes. I got good shoes on this time. I go way further. Got them good hiking shoes this time. Got them slips. Which way do we go? Oh, what is that? Contrail. Power clear. Go this way. Got a big old tree down. Oh, I got some type of trail up here. Oh, look at this trail though. Okay. What you doing down there, sir? another day in the life out in Northern California. Right out the back door. Front door, I don't really got a back door. Right out the front door. Beauty. Oh, we got some pipe action. Probably what goes to our cabin over there. Wow, anything happened there? Maybe some lightning. Oh, another one. Some more ancient alien technology. Oh, here we go. Coming up on our other well source. Pretty sure. Yeah, every now and then the water just stops flowing in the cabin. And they're gonna, oh, here we have a mountain biker in his natural habitat. Please stay very quiet. Whoa. There we go, that's a big valve right there. Pretty sure that's one of their flares is. Oh, it's I'll be there for you, friend. Wow. Looks like we got a little logging project went down over here. Something. Or maybe there's just a heavy lightning strike or something. guys for coming on a little hike with us. It's part of daily living out in Northern California. This is what I get. I make a sandwich. She says she wants a bite of a sandwich, and then a sandwich eaten.
I'm only gonna eat half.
Every time. Okay, well, it's been a good day. First vlog down. Time to go edit it up. Thank you guys for watching. See you tomorrow.